We begin with an update now on our breaking news. A massive wildfire tearing across the northern slopes of the San Bernardino Mountains. The fire has grown to almost 6,300 acres, and right now it's only 6% contained. The fire is burning between Silverwood Lake and Lake Arrowhead, fueled by tinder, dry brush, and trees devastated by our 5-year drought. Mandatory and voluntary evacuations are in effect at this hour for 5,200 homes. We have live team coverage tonight, beginning with KCAL 9's Tom Wait, who's near Lake Arrowhead. Tom, what's the very latest?
Yeah, Susie, we are in one of the evacuation zones, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is pretty powerful right now. We're getting some intense gusts, and of course, that's not a good thing for the hot spots. In fact, one of them is just behind me here. Again, we're near Lake Arrowhead, and you can see that. That is one of the concerns for firefighters tonight, those flaring up and marching closer to homes in this area. Residents here tell us they are going to heed the warnings, although some have said they're going to stay. Flames bursting off the hillsides creep closer to Lake Arrowhead. Gusts of wind and dry brush fueled the churning clusters of bright orange in Deer Lodge Park. Evacuations were ordered. Ominous yellow tags marked the homes where people were told to leave.
We're ready to go.
Peggy Henkel is heeding the warnings.
It is eerie and it's emotional. It's, we've been through this quite a few times. This is my third time since living up here, going through this.
Some neighbors are ignoring the orders to evacuate, and they don't expect to get much sleep.
Of course it will be sleepless. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Are you ready to go just in case?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. We pack all our most important items and some clothes, and yeah, we've done it 2 times before.
Winds whipped up the fire, moving it from Silverwood Lake near Hesperia toward Lake Arrowhead. Throughout the day, firefighters battled to protect homes, dousing some in fire retardant. Throughout the day, it was an onslaught of non-stop drops.
They made a beautiful fire breaker right over here next door and right behind the house, and the fire workers are doing such a great job.
Good thing they made these fire breaks. Like she said, the guy right behind us here made a fire break.
And there is sort of an eerie quiet here in this neighborhood near Lake Arrowhead. Many of the people who live here have grabbed their animals and other belongings, jumped in their pickup trucks in some cases, and headed out. The sheriff's department is patrolling the area to make sure that no one is looting. We're live tonight near Lake Arrowhead. Susie and Jeff, back to you.
And KCAL 9 Stacey Butler continues her live team coverage in Hesperia, where flames now coming pretty close to homes, and some homeowners decided tonight to stay put. Stacey, what's the latest there?
Oh, Jeff, that's right. As Tom just said, it is an eerie quiet, but behind me you can see lights on inside that house. We're standing in the front yard of Ryan Knuckles' home now. He's one of the 5,000 voluntary evacuees, but he chose not to leave. This is the very best outcome he could have hoped for. Take a look at his trailer. The only real damage to any of his property is some of that red Phos-Chek that you see that managed to protect his property. Take a look. This is video we shot earlier tonight. You can see Knuckles' home and the surrounding hills covered with red Phos-Chek. As firefighters left one truck on Ryan Knuckles' property, he watered the hot spots and left a sprinkler running on his roof. Earlier today, the flames tore through this entire area, ripped through his backyard, just missing his house. Do you plan on leaving?
Not now. Most of the fuel's burned out.
What do you think about the wind kicking up?
It's a high desert. This is just every day. Unfortunately, it happens during the fire.
And that it did. Back out here live, it's still the wind's erratic. There is still a smoke advisory, and that means that all the schools in the area will remain closed through tomorrow. That's the latest from Hesperia here. Back to you guys in the studio.